Hey guys, it's Amber from the bundle store, and today I'm going to teach you how to do a front carry and a ring sling. I'm using a Sakura Bloom Essential Silk Ring Sling because I feel using the two colors is really great for beginners to understand how the fabric is fed up through the rings and then back down through one, and also when you're tightening it. Before I show you how to do the front carry, I would really like to show you how to unthread and rethread your ring sling. This is a common question that I get asked, and it's nice for people to know how to do it when they take their ring sling home. To unthread your ring sling, you're actually going to take your tail, this is your tail, and you're going to pull it through the two rings, and then you're going to pull it back again through the two rings. Now my ring sling is unthreaded. This part up at the top will stay sewn to the rings, and then this is my remaining fabric. You're going to want to unthread your ring sling to wash it or iron it. Before you put your ring sling in the washer machine, please tie a sock or another type of fabric around your ring so that you don't damage your machine. To rethread your ring sling, it's pretty simple. If you think about it kind of like a belt, and I always give a visual to my customers so that they can understand it that way, so when they get home and they forget, they'll remember my little visual with the belt. So I'm going to show that to you right now. I'm going to actually just bring the fabric around my back. I'm going to bring it up just a little bit high so you can see it. So I have the two rings in this hand, and I have the rest of my fabric in this hand. I'm going to just come through the two rings, and then back through one. And that's all it is. Then I'm just going to slip it off and over my head. Now, before I put my baby in the ring sling, I'm going to want to make sure that it's not twisted, and then I'm going to work with the fabric a little bit here through the rings. You want to do this every time you put your baby in the ring sling. Not unthread it and rethread it. That's for washing and ironing. But you do want to make sure that your fabric is not twisted and you get it unbunched between the rings, because this will really help you get it on and tighten it very easily. So as you can see, this part here, I'm not twisted. Now I'm going to just get my edges flat. And I can tell where I'm twisted very quickly because I'm using two colors. Okay, so my edges are flat out to the side, and now I'm going to just kind of unbunch the fabric. If it's bunched up all in one section between your rings, it's going to make it very hard to tighten the ring sling afterwards once you have the baby in. I'm just going to pull my slack through now gently. Great, now it's ready for me to put on. I usually tell people to put your arm through that you want to have the most range of motion to do things with. In this case, it would be my right arm. It's a good idea, though, if you can kind of switch on and off just to balance out your body a little bit. I'm going to use my right arm, though, today. Put my right arm through. I have my rings up on the top of my shoulder and my tail in the front. That's how I know I'm putting it on correctly. Now what I'm going to do is just take it up and over my head so that the rings land on the other side of my shoulder. This is now the arm that will have all free movement. So I'm going to spread out my fabric along my back. I want to make sure that it gets spread out really well and that it's not twisted before I put my baby in. My rings are up high, still on my shoulder, with the fabric spread out. And when I get the baby in, I'm actually going to give you some tricks on how to tighten up your rings so that they don't move all over the place. Okay, so I'm ready to put my baby in. I have quite a bit of slack up on the top, so I'm just going to pull that through a little bit so that once I get my baby in, I don't have as much tightening to do. And when you're taking your baby in and out every day, you're going to know how much slack you need. So I'm going to get my baby. I'm going to put my baby in a high bird position on my shoulder, and I'm going to reach up through the bottom to grab the feet and feed them through. I'm gently going to lower my baby to my tummy, and I'm going to pull my fabric up just below the baby's ears. Then I'm going to take all of the slack that I have here on the back, and I'm going to pull that out. I want to make sure I don't have any wrinkles on my baby's back. And I'm going to tuck all of this extra between me and the baby. So I'm making a C. And I can pull the extra up actually between the two of us. just to make sure I have it up as high as it can go. Okay. Now I want to tighten the top first so that I can give my baby some neck support. This is great for newborns. Really, really important because they don't have good head control yet. So I'm going to feed the slack over to the rings, and I'm going to take the very top edge here and just feed the slack through. That's going to really get my rings to stay right here in this one place when I go to tighten the rest. So I'm just feeding this very edge through the rings. You can see all that slack just went through. And now I'm going to just feed the rest through the rings the same way, in the same plane that it's going through. So I'm just pulling, and I can see where it needs to be tightened up to get the slack out. So great, and my rings really haven't moved around. It's in a nice position, nice corsage position. My baby's tush is sitting lower than his knees. I can see his airways. He's close enough for me to kiss the top of his head. And he's also sitting at or above my belly button and close to me, which is my center of gravity. The fabric is spread out really nice along my back, so it's distributing all of my baby's weight. So this looks really good right now. I have a lot of tail left here. Perfect. I can do a couple of things with it. I can wrap it around the rings and make a little pillow. My baby could relax its head back on the pillow. Or for a smaller baby who needs a little bit more support at the neck, I can actually make a neck roll. Top. And then my baby has some extra support. That's pretty much it. This is how you do a front carry in a ring sling. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact us at The Bundle Store, thebundlestore.com, or you can follow us on Facebook or Instagram, The Bundle Store. Thanks.